Hello everybody, this is Intrepid83 and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Origins Final Fantasy. Alright viewers, as I went over at the end of last episode, we're going to be doing some gil and level grinding this episode. So basically, as I went over last episode, we'll be using the C to get up to level 7 and use the gil as we grind up to level 7 to purchase some prerequisites to make, and then in order to make our way to what is commonly referred to as the peninsula northeast of Pravoca up there. So yeah, I'll have all of the shopping list in the video description and you know, in order of priority, I guess you could say. But the only priorities that really matter are the prerequisites for getting up here. So yeah, obviously I'd be, you know, 1 Mythril Sword, Fire 2 spell for Graham, a Dia 2 spell for Thor. I would like to get 10 Antidotes with me, 2 sleeping bags, and obviously I would like to be at least at level 7 getting up there. I have found that it is possible to have success up there at level 6. The only reason I recommend level 7 is because at level 6, Graham only has 1 level 3 spell charge as opposed to 2 at level 7. So it'll just you'll just have to rely a little bit on Lady Luck in order to you know, have consistent success up there at level 6. But well, if you do have any success up there at level 6, you won't be at level 6 for long. So yeah, anyways, so as far as the prerequisites go, I'll be doing the majority of the grinding in the sea, and I'll be looking to purchase them as I get the gil for. So the Mythril Sword is 4,000 gil, so once I get 4,000 gil under my belt, I'll be coming down here to pick it up and then be using that to help, you know, help myself out to get to level 7 kind of thing. So yeah, I'll have that listed in the video description in terms of priority, along with the prices. And yeah, so let's head up to the sea and let's see, shall we? Oh, and I'll definitely be demonstrating any battles that I have not demonstrated yet. So here's one of them, tarantulas. Oddly enough, they can poison you. So yeah, they're basically, I guess, more difficult cousins of the Black Widows, which unfortunately I have not been able to demonstrate on battle yet. But yeah, oddly enough, the Black Widows don't poison you. But anyways, so tarantulas, they've got 64 hit points, an attack of 10, and yeah, just since all we have here are tarantulas, I'd still, you know, recommend saving your antidotes for after battle. And there we go. Alright, so the beauty about this part is that we've got ready access to Cornelia's Inn. And actually, here's one of the enemies I have not yet demonstrated, the Privateer. And probably one of the best enemies in the sea to drop gil. Each one drops 120 gil, and I think you can run into up to 5 of them at once. They aren't weak to anything, unfortunately, but they don't really inflict anything on you other than damage. So yeah, just they got 50 hit points, an attack of 28. So yeah, pretty average damage coming from them. And there we go. Definitely the kind of enemy you want to see a lot of when you're doing something like this. So yeah, there's Cornelia. Basically, I'm going to be using Cornelia as my recharge spot, I guess you could say, my R&R spot. Basically, our spell charges are going to be our indication of when to use it, kind of thing. So yeah, basically use Cure 1s as you need it. You know, I like to hold onto the Ice ones for sharks as needed, but obviously if we run out of Bolt 1 spells, don't be afraid to dip into them if you aren't facing a shark, just to, you know, give yourself a little bit more of an edge during the battles. And yeah, even still, if you run out of Cure 1 spells with Thor, don't be afraid to dip into Grams as well. I mean, like I said, like our our spell charges are going to be what determine, you know, when we go back to rest up at the end kind of thing. So yeah, and Cornelia being the least expensive of them, I figure it's probably the most effective way to keep gaining gil. So yeah. Alright, so I think there's only one more enemy I have not shown you in the sea. So yeah, so I'll be back. Well, if I run into it, and if I don't run into it, well, I'll be back at some point. So alright. Alright, and here's the other new enemy, the Goggler. These guys may not seem all that much. They've only got 10 HP, they've got an attack of 8, they're weak to bolt. Unfortunately, they have a gaze attack that they use quite a bit, and that actually quite often can stun a party member. So yeah, we definitely want to focus on taking them out as quickly as possible. Split up your party members like that, and hopefully you won't have too much trouble with them. Oh, and there it is. Fortunately, he just attacked somebody that's already attempted to attack, so hopefully... Alright, there we go. So, yeah, definitely a priority whenever you see them. And there we go. Alright, so I guess I'll be back when I reach... well, either 4,000 gil or I get something else comes up and I feel I need to, you know, enlighten you too. So, alright. Be right back. Alright, I figured I'd come back and show you this battle just because we are getting down to the point where it's going to be up to, I guess, the individual as to whether they want to go back to Cornelia or not to rest up. I've got one Bolt spell left, Bolt 1 spell left, and I've got 2 Ice 1 spells. I think I may just use them up this battle simply because, well, we've got 5 enemies here. Thor is, I believe, completely out of Cure 1 spells. So in this case, I'm just going to use these, and then I'll head back to Cornelia to rest up. So yeah, I'll take care of that, and I'll... I have reached level 6 since the last battle, or since the last time I... you know, left the battle in kind of thing with the Goggler, so yeah, nothing huge happened other than just the level. So yeah, level 7 I think is, well, another. I think it's actually a good level for Graham because I think that's when he may get a second attack in battle. So a second attack multiplier, and I might actually use my. Oh, I guess. Oh, well. Yeah, I may as well just use it. And there we go. So yeah, let's use the Cure 1 spell, and then we'll head up to Cornelia. I've had some pretty good battles during this time. Yeah, we're really close to 4,000 gil, so who knows. So yeah, the next time I cut in, I should be ready to purchase the Mythril Sword. So I guess I'll see you then, and I will be saving here. Alright, just got the last battle, and that put me over 4,000 gil, so let's go get the Mythril Sword, shall we? Alright, the only question is, whom do I give it to? If it results in Graham getting a second attack, I may give it to him. So let's buy one, 4,000 gil, and there goes that. Alright, so equipment. How do you look? So you're still getting the 2 attacks, what about you? He gets a second attack, so he's getting the Mythril Sword, so there we go. That'll make things go well, considerably more easy in the sea to grinding a little more gil, so yeah. So I guess the next time you see me, I'll be coming back to pick up the Fire 2 spell. And yeah, so that's at 1500 gil, so I just need to grind up about 1300 or so, so I'll be back when I'm ready to pick it up. Alrighty. Got the 1500 required. So let's pick up Fire 2, shall we? And there we go. Alright. The next time you see me, I'll either have the 1500 required for Dia 2 or another enemy I have not demonstrated yet, because there are some enemy. There is at least one more enemy around Elfheim that I have not run into yet, so obviously if I run into it, I'll demonstrate it, but if not, I'll be back with 1500 gil. Alright, and with the help of a couple of ogres along the way, I think, yeah, we're good to go. I had 1500 gil before I ran into them, but an extra almost 400 gil from the ogres definitely helps. So let's pick up Dia 2. And I may as well start heading over to Pravoca, because all we need now are 10 antidotes and 2 sleeping bags, and to reach level 7, which is not very far away. So yeah, I think I'll head back to Pravoca. I'll meet you at the item shop there, and then I'll rest up at the inn, and then we'll guide you over to the peninsula. Alright, here we are at the Pravoca item shop, and I've already got 5 antidotes and 1 sleeping bag, so that definitely helps us out in terms of what we need in order to purchase the stuff. But I also realized when I looked at that stuff, I forgot to equip the other stuff on the red mage, the cap. I don't think he can, no, he can't use the shield, but yeah. So, there we go. A little more defense for him. Alright, so we need 5 more antidotes and a sleeping bag. And this is a stock you kind of want to hold, you want to maintain while you're grinding over at the peninsula. So, how much gil do I have? You know what? I've got the gil, and considering where we're going, we're going to need as much defense for our front 2 characters as possible. So I think I'm going to go pick up the leather gloves right now. There we go. Okay, good. I briefly forgot that I need 50 gil to rest at the end, but I've got it. Phew. Alright, there we go. Alright, all rested up at the inn, and we should be good to go. Alright, so we got the Fire 2, we got Dia 2, and equipment, we got Broadsword. I will be eventually be giving the Mythril Sword to Wesley once we get up there, but until then it's better suited to Graham. And yeah, so let's go. Stay down here, grass here. And here's another new enemy, the Lizard. 92 hit points, 36 attack. So, considering what we have equipped, it shouldn't be too difficult. And yeah. In case you're wondering, Graham was the first one to break the triple-digit barrier, so yeah. The Mythril Sword will do that. Oh, there's a port up here. Alright. There are a couple of enemies along this path. No, I think 2 or No, I think there's actually 3 enemies along this path that can poison you. The scorpion, the tarantula, and a werewolf. So, yeah, I haven't run into a werewolf to show you yet, but one thing to keep in mind, one, they're green. They can poison you, but also they have an auto-regen effect on it. I think they regenerate... I think they regenerate something like 5% of their HP back every round, so just keep that in mind. But anyways... Yeah, well, here they are. Hang on a sec, I managed to forget that in looking at my bestiary here. Hang on. Alright, now that I'm all prepared. Can't believe I forgot that one. But anyways, yeah, so the werewolves, they've got 68 HP. They're as strong as their wardwolf counterparts, and that they have a 28 attack. A little bit more defense, but yeah, they can poison you, and they do have an auto-regen effect on them, so... obviously we've got a weaker couple of goblin guards here, but as I mentioned, it's a good idea to take out the ones that can inflict the status ailments first. So let's do that, shall we? Probably could have split them up, but I just want to make sure I can at least take out one of them. Alright, so Wesley can one-shot them anyways. So yeah, there's the regen effect. So yeah, so it looks like about 5% of their HP. And when you get poisoned, it actually drains 5% of your HP as well. So 5% of your maximum HP. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, so here we are. As soon as I take one step forward, you see the landmass across the water there to the north. As soon as we cross this threshold here, we are fighting enemies that are in that territory. So let's see here. So yeah, these enemies that are up here will be fighting at that little tip. So yeah. Anyway, so what I'd recommend doing here to start is check our HP. We look all right. Yeah, so let's just use a sleeping bag. Feel free to use a... you can use a potion if you like, but we'll just be getting more of them. But yeah, maybe use a Cure 1 spell from Graham here to get him in range for the sleeping bag. And there we go. I will be saving it here. Just in case. Well, like I said, we're going to be fighting really strong enemies, so we do have a very good chance of at least one of our party members getting wiped out. So let's. So yeah, we have. It's taken about an hour or so of grinding so far to get up where we are, but this should go relatively quickly, so let's go. The enemies we're looking for are Necrotars and Trolls. Well, preferably just Necrotars. We can run into up to 4 of them, but Trolls are alright as well. And, oh, we got the cream of the crop, the Necrotars. Alright, these things have 184 HP each. They have an attack of 48. A defense of 12, a magic defense of 100, and they are weak to fire, and... oh, sorry, I'm reading the wrong stats here. I was just reading the stats for the Trolls. The Necrotars are 224 HP, 80 attack, 14 defense, 116 magic defense. They're weak to fire and Dia, resistant to ice, and confuse, or muddle, as the game calls it, and stun as well. So, yeah, there we go. Ooh, I almost forgot. Oh, I might as well demonstrate that. You can actually change your equipment in battle here. So what I want to do, can I even change equipment? Uh-oh, this might be a problem. Well, yeah, can I unequip? Oh, okay. Phew. Alright, so there. So when that's done, go back here, and there we go. Alright, phew. I was worried there. Anyways, so... yeah, definitely gave me an opportunity to demonstrate that, but yeah, they're weak to fire, so let's use that. Yeah, fire 2 attacks all, so yeah, yeah, let's have them go. If this happens to not kill off any of them, I at least want one of them gone, so, and use Dia 2. Yeah, Wesley should be relatively okay with the amount of defense he has, but look at that damage. But if the Necrotar gets a few shots in at Graham, Zell, or Thor, it could be messy. Could get messy. Ooh, that even hurts. Alright, so there, and basically we're just going all out. I'm not worrying about healing right now, so... And the first battle down, and 1,050 experience, 4,200 gil. Yeah, didn't quite gain a level, but let's see what that did to us, though. Yeah, we're really close to level 8 already, so yeah. Alright, so the whole idea is that we're going to be fighting up here. Right now, we don't have very many spell charges. We will get more as we level up, but yeah. Basically, I'm going to head back to Pravoca. Restock on any antidotes I may use on the way back as well. Restock on the sleeping bags. Actually, I might want to re-equip this stuff as well. Hang on, let's see. Yeah, as soon as we get to level 8, Graham should be able to stick with the broadsword and still have 2 attacks. So yeah, once we get to level 8, then we can just switch the Mythril Sword over to Wesley, and that should be that. So yeah, I'll head back to Pravoca to restock everything, rest up at the inn. You can pick up the two silent spells right now, because we'll be getting them before we head back to Elfheim. But yeah, basically, after that, we're just pretty much going to be grinding until level 10. So yeah, I'll head back to Pravoca, and I'll meet you right back here after I've used a sleeping bag to get ready for the next... Actually, you know what? No, I'll just head back to Pravoca, rest up at the inn, come back here, and I'll meet you in the next battle with the Necrotars and Trolls. There is another enemy we can deal with called Winter Wolves, but they come in huge packs, and they have a special attack called Ice Storm, which will make quick work of us if they get off too many of them at once. So yeah, so I'll be back when I've got the next battle with the Necrotars and or Trolls. Alright, and on my way back to Pravoca, unfortunately I ran into a Ghast, so... Or wait, yeah, okay, so I haven't demonstrated this yet. 56 HP, 16 attack, does have the ability to stun you, but we've only run into one, so we should be okay. Ow, they do hurt though. Anything else I need to demonstrate? Yeah, if I run into any more new enemies, I'll just demonstrate them as well, so yeah. Alrighty, well, here's the crazy horses. They may not be too big now, considering how far along we are. So yeah, 64 HP, 20 attack, have the ability to hit you twice sometimes. So let's just go after them, I guess. Yeah, I feel like the only real danger that they have is to Zell and Thor, but when you're just coming across from Cornelia for the first time, it can be a nightmare. Pardon the horse pun there. Anyways, yeah. Made it to Pravoca. Alrighty, found another cream of the crop for Necrotars. And I figured I might as well mention this while I'm here as well. If you run into anything else other than Necrotars and Trolls, just run from them, just flee from the battle. You may succeed, you may not, especially with the Winter Wolves, but that's part of the reason why you want to save before coming up here, before crossing that threshold. So yeah, just because the others are way too dangerous. There's a hill guy I guess you can run into, not weak to anything, has 240 hit points, can show up in groups of 4 as well. Almost as strong attack-wise as the Necrotars. Winter Wolves have got 92 hit points. If you get a preemptive strike, it might be worth trying to wipe them all out with a Fire 2 spell, but again, our focus here is the Necrotars, and right now, with only the 2 Fire 2 spell charges, it may be a good idea just to save them for these types of battles. So yeah. And probably only need one more of them, but... Oh, come on, you gotta be close. Zal can't take another hit. Alright, there we go. Alright. Hey, and yeah, level 8. And anything else I want to go over you before I cut out here? No, basically, if you run into anything but Necrotars and Trolls, hopefully I will run into a Troll at some point on screen so I can show you how you can deal with them, but it's pretty simple, but just for the sake of posterity, I guess, if that's even the right word. But yeah, so I'll be back. I'll use some Cure Ones to heal Zell and Graham up, though, before I head back to Pravoca. Alrighty, well, here's an enemy I wasn't expecting. Well, I was kind of hoping and not hoping, just because of how far we are getting into the video, but Ogre Chieftains. 132 hit points, 46 attack, slightly more defense than their Ogre counterparts, and slightly more resistant to magic as well. So, yeah, no weaknesses or anything like that, so... Alright, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, just go out. I was contemplating using a Cure 1 on Thor, but let's focus on the regular ogres for now. And there we go. Nice. There we go. Alrighty, a troll, finally. So basically, these guys are weak to fire, but they are not weak to Dia. So basically, the Dia spell will do nothing to them. So in the case where you face a troll or two in battle, maybe even 3 sometimes, send all your physical guys after it, and hope that the fire and Dia 1, Dia 2 spells are able to take out the Necrotars. Ooh, that was a low roll. Nice. So yeah, the trolls, 184 hit points, 48 attack, but they do have the ability to hit multiple times, 12 defense, 100 magic defense, so yeah. As I started to get into. And I did run into some giants, but just ran from the battle. They can't do a number on you. That's, like I said, that's part of the reason why we saved up here. If they take you down to the point where you don't have enough Cure 1 spells to get everybody caught up again, just reset and try again. Alrighty. This one took a few tries to get. Got ambushed by a few groups of hill Geigas, and ran into a few packs of winter wolves. Yeah. And as you can see, I did decide to pick up the silent spells, so I don't have to worry about them when I finish this. And this should put me at level 9, I believe, actually. Hey, alright. At level 9, you may actually have enough spell charges to actually go through 2 of these battles before heading back to Pravoca. So, if that is indeed the case, I'll be trying to make the best use of that as possible, but running into the other enemies is would probably be the only hindrance to that. Alrighty, and I'm actually getting to the point where I should only need about 3 or 4 more battles, and probably be on the 4 side if I keep getting battles like this, but yeah, if I get some decent ones, shouldn't be too long. Nice. You know, I'm actually going to hold on to that if it's just the one left. Yeah. Go for a second round while I'm here. That's what I have the second sleeping bag for, I guess. Use up any cure ones I've got and go for it. Alrighty. Should only need one or two more battles after this one. Alright, looks like we're gonna have one more after this one. Do I even want to use this? I might as well. Got the spell charges for it. And here it is, the final battle before level 10. Nice selection, too. Oh! Please don't hit me with too many more of those. It would be nice if this was the last fight. Derp. Alright. Long episode is long. So how strong is Zell at level 10? I guess we'll have to find out next time. This is Intrepid83 signing off. Thank you for watching, and I will meet you back at Elfheim. Have a good one.